So it's been a minute since I last spoke to you all. I hope you've been enjoying our Disneyland Paris vlog series. If not, I will link it below. I filmed all the vlogs for the entire trip, but I didn't film our last day, which was our travel home day. A couple of reasons for that was travel home day is always really sad. We find it quite stressful. The children do not want to go home. We don't want to go home. So I made the decision not to film it. But what I am going to do with today's video, I'm going to give you a brief chat about our last day and travelling home and how that kind of went. I'm going to give you an overview of the whole trip, what we thought of Sequoia Lodge, Golden Forest. It's the first time I was doing it. I'm going to do a little bit of a haul, and then right at the end I'm just going to talk about some trips that we have coming up in the future and hopefully future vlogs. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I've decided to do it all in one video because there's some holidays are coming up. I have a couple of videos I want to film for our cruise as well. So I wanted to kind of get all this in kind of one video. So I'll start with travel home day. We got up in the morning, packed everything up. We went for breakfast in the Golden Forest Lounge. And then we went back up to our room, finished off the final packing, and a great perk of Golden Forest is that you can ring down and the concierge team will come up and collect your luggage and take it to luggage services. So whereas if you were staying in one of the standard rooms, you'd have to take your own luggage down to be held at luggage services until it was time to leave. So that was a great perk. So they collected our luggage, we said goodbye to the room, and we headed out to the parks. We decided to go to Studios first, and we did Tower of Terror because now Hayden's going on it. It was our favourite ride. And we did some bits in Studios, and then we moved on to Park and just essentially just did some rides, watched Dream Shine Brighter again, did a little bit of last minute shopping, and yeah, just try to enjoy our last day. Now, the time that we needed to leave the park was at the same time as the parade, the main parade. So if you are having to leave the park at a certain time, do have a look at what shows and parades are on, because that will dictate like how long it's going to take to get out the park. So we knew the parade that was going to be on. If you need to get up Main Street quickly, you need to use one of the arcades on either side. Now I recommend using Liberty Arcade, which is the one on the same side as Frontierland. Because if you use Discovery Arcade, which is on the same side as Discoveryland, it's blocked off when you get to the top because that's where the parade route is. So as we exited the park, we did our traditional thing. We walked through Fantasyland, we walked through the castle, and we decided not to walk up Main Street because of the parade. We walked up Liberty Arcade, but at the top we did our traditional thing of taking one last look at the castle and saying goodbye, and then we left the park, which was really sad. We then went into Disney Village, and our intention was to do our next lot of tax refund. So we got to the Disney fashion shop. I briefly talked about this in one of our vlogs, but I do have a blog post that I will link below, talking you through the whole process of getting your tax refund. So because you can only do it every so many days, and we were going to go and do it for the last few days of our trip, we got to the Disney fashion shop. We went to get all our receipts out and John's passport, and John's passport wasn't there. So we had a panic. John's passport wasn't there. We were going home that day. We needed his passport. Now, yes, we could have, in hindsight, used my passport to go and do the tax refund, but my main priority right then and there was to locate John's passport. Now, he was pretty sure that when he did the last tax refund using his passport, he'd put the passport in his shorts pocket to keep it safe until we got back to the room. And then what he's done at the end of the day, he's chucked his shorts into the laundry basket. So he was pretty sure that the passport was in his shorts in the laundry basket in the suitcase at luggage services at the hotel. So we decided, let's just scrap the tax refund thing. There's no point stressing over it. We'll just go back to the hotel and we'll locate the passport. And luckily, he was right. We got back, we got all our luggage out of luggage services. We opened the suitcase, we went through the laundry bags, and there was John's passport. So we did have time. He could have ran back to village and done the tax refund, but we just decided it just wasn't worth the extra stress and panic, so we stayed at the hotel. We went up to the Golden Forest Lounge, well the boys did, and restocked up on our drinks. So we got some water and some cans of Coke. We had a drink while we were there. We made sure we had plenty of drinks for when we got to the Eurostar station. Also previously that day we'd stocked up on some cake pops and Mickey cookies at the bakery on Main Street, and I'd also got a couple of big bags of crisps as well, just for snacks on the train and while we were waiting. So yeah, so we had all our luggage, we had a bit of a chill at the hotel, and then we got the shuttle bus from the hotel to the train station. So it's the normal shuttle bus that you use to get to and from the parks. We usually walk, but having the luggage. Got to the train station, and we got there the full 90 minutes before boarding, which it says that you can do. And luckily we got there. It was nice and quiet. It was nice and chill. It was really, really easy to go through the Eurostar security and check-in. Yeah, it was just really, really easy. Now, at this point, so we've checked in, we've gone through security. So going back to the tax refund, when you leave, you have to scan the document that they give you in order to receive your refund. Sorry, Estella's just sat there, so you could probably hear her whispering on. So we've not done it at the Eurostar station before. We've done it at the airport, and it's really, really well signed at the airport. So at the Eurostar station, you could really, really easily miss it. Literally, as soon as you get through security, you get to the end of security and you're kind of guided to go to the left, and immediately on the left there's a big area that has kind of like a reception desk, and it has the tax refund machine. Now if you've got lots of luggage and children and stress, you'd probably just follow the crowd and go to the left. Once you've gone past it, you can't come back. So it is as soon as you get through, like literally as soon as you get through security. So stop and just sort that out before you go anywhere. I couldn't film it anyway. I couldn't take any photos because it's got big signs saying no cameras, no photos. But yeah, it's there, and you simply just scan as many of the kind of receipts as you've got. And then we got our refund within the next couple of weeks. So yeah, so you've gone through security, and now you have to go to the platform. Now at this point, there is nothing. There's no shops, there's nowhere to get a drink. You can get to the toilets. It's a bit of a trek once you get to the platform, but yeah, so I was really, really glad that we'd all been to the bathroom at the hotel, and I'd got plenty of snacks and things. Now when you go down onto the platform, it's a really, really, really long platform, and all the way along the platform it's divided into letters like of the alphabet A, B, C, D. As you're walking down, there are some signs that have got like a lit up Eurostar. Now the Eurostar carriages are numbers, and it kind of shows you on the diagram how the Eurostar will pull up to the platform and which number carriages correspond with which letter on the platform. I hope you're with me. So we were carriage, I think 15, and that corresponded with platform letter D. Do be aware that there is another platform on the other side, and it's got kind of a clear screen, and you can see their platform numbers on the other side. So you're looking for the number of your carriage that corresponds with the letter of your platform. a family got really confused, and the dad had seen the number of the platform on the other side and thought, oh, carriage 12, I think it was 12. And he headed down to D, and he thought he was in the right place when actually he wasn't. So there are diagrams as you walk along the platform, so just look out for them. There's not loads of seats, because we got there early, we managed to get a seat. There's not loads of seats, and there's nothing really down there when you get down there, so do make sure you've got drinks and snacks. To get to the toilets, you have to kind of, depending where you are, walk up a load of flights of stairs to the toilets. So yeah, we sat and we chilled and we waited, and then the Eurostar came, and then we got on the Eurostar, managed to get all our luggage on. We'd managed to get another table seat, and yeah, we just had a nice train ride back to London. We had some of our snacks and some of our drinks, and then when we got to London, it was then time to get to our hotel for the night, because we'd got a later Eurostar. We didn't want to travel straight home. Now, previously, when I spoke to you about in our announcement video about the hotel we were stopping at, we were stopping in a hotel within London, but about a week before our trip, we were sat there and we were thinking about the logistics of it all, and what we would have had to do. We'd have had to get off the Eurostar, and we would have had to then get a tube to the hotel with all the luggage and the children, stay in the hotel, then we'd have had to in the morning get another tube with the children and the luggage, to then get another tube with the children and the luggage to get back to the car at Cockfosters. So we decided that all sounded a bit too stressful. So we ended up, because we booked Flex, cancelling the hotel in London, and we booked a hotel about 20 minutes away from Cockfosters. So the plan was we'd get off the Eurostar at King's Cross St Pancras, and then we would just get on the one tube on the Piccadilly line to Cockfosters, get in the car, and then drive to the hotel. And then in the morning we had no luggage or anyone, so we could just get in the car and drive home. So that was the plan. Just quickly, when you get off the Eurostar, there are queues to get up the escalators, there are queues to get in the lifts. So it's one of them. If you get off quick, you're at the front, and you're at the front of security. But we decided to wait, just because it was chaotic. Everybody's just trying to get off. That did hinder us, because it did mean that we were at the back of the queue for the escalator and the lift. We decided not to queue for the lift. We decided that would be better off for those in wheelchairs and things like that, people with babies in pushchairs. We could just fold ours up and carry it up the escalator. So we did the escalator. We were one of the last ones. We were right at the back of the line for security, and it was slow, and it was painful, and children were stressed, and children needed the bathroom. So one thing I would say to you, when you know the Eurostar's like coming into the station, use the toilets on board, because yeah, it was stressful. We did, however, realise, and I don't know if this is the case every time, the people who waited for the lift ended up coming off the lift, and they went into a different line for security, and it was a lot quicker. So in hindsight, I wish we'd have waited for the lift, because then we'd have got through security quicker, but we didn't. But I can't say that is the case every time. Maybe next time if we get the Eurostar, we'll try the lift and see how it works. But yeah, so it was a little bit stressful. So again, make sure you've got something to eat, maybe a snack, and you've used the toilets on board. Once we got through security, again, it was pretty simple. I showed you on our travel day the route that we took to get from Cockfosters all the way through to the train station at St Pancras, and we literally just did that in reverse with all the lifts. It takes time, but when you've got a luggage and a pushchair and children, that's just what you have to do. So we essentially did, if you watch that video, we essentially did the same thing but backwards. And got back to the car, loaded everything in the car, and went to our travel lodge. We did have a slight problem at the travel lodge. The small bed for Estella was broken. Literally, like, we laid her on it and it was just totally broken. She ended up sleeping in it with us that night. She'd already fallen asleep. It was 11 o'clock at night. I just decided to deal with it in the morning. We spoke to reception the morning after. They were really understanding, they were really lovely. They put a note on the system, they gave me an email, they said email this, they'll sort you out with a refund, which they did. It did take them a while, to be fair, like nearly a month, even though the automatic email you get back says we'll be with you in 10 business days. It was not 10 business days, but we didn't get a refund of the whole room, but we got a large chunk of what we paid for the room back, which was very, very lovely of the Premier Inn. So yeah, so if you do have a problem at the Premier Inn, do let them know, because they do sort it out. So yeah, and then the following day we just drove home. We just drove straight home. There was a bit of traffic on the way, but yeah, just a normal travel day. And then that was the end of our trip. So Golden Forest Lounge at Sequoia Lodge. What did we think of it? Was it worth it? Well, as a whole, yes, we felt that it was worth it. I actually got an amazing deal for this holiday, and it just so happened it fell over Hayden's birthday. It was the perfect date. I spend a lot of time checking dates and things like that for our trips. I put a lot of time into trying to get the best price for our trips. Obviously I know a lot of people don't have that time or that luxury, but I'm very, very fortunate that I have a lot of time to scroll and do this and get really, really good offers for our trip. So we'd got a really, really good offer, I feel, for our 4-night trip at the time of year that we were going. So it was kind of at like the beginning of like half term. So I think we've got a really, really good deal. If you look at what you would pay for maybe adding on breakfast to your trip, so if you booked a standard room and you looked at what you'd have to pay to add on breakfast, because the breakfast that we got at Golden Forest was the exact same buffet breakfast that you would get if you added on breakfast to your trip. And then if you looked at kind of what drinks you would buy at the hotel in the park, we did not buy one single bottle of water or individual drink. There were some drinks that we got with, sorry, she's just playing on her tablet. We did get individual drinks with our meals, but like individual drinks from kiosks and things like that, we didn't. We did not pay for one drink in the park on our trip at all. So if you take that into account, and then there's the tea time treats. So if you look at maybe snacks that you get, we did not eat a Mickey cookie, Mickey cake pop, or any kind of snack apart from like the Magnum ice cream that I got in the parks, which we came home and we were kind of a bit sad about. Like we did get them for travelling home, but we didn't have to have any snacks because we had all the little cakes and treats at tea time treats every day. So if you kind of look at that, and then for us add on the benefit of a quiet check-in, your luggage appearing at your room when your room's ready, being able to have your luggage collected from your room on your departure day, the fact that in the Golden Forest Lounge at breakfast it is so much quieter. You were able to sit down and have a nicer breakfast, especially considering like we have neurodiversities in our family. Just having that time in the morning was amazing. We were there during the kind of summer months where the park was open early and open late, so we really utilised the tea time treats as kind of a midday break. I'm not sure how that would work if you were going, like say February time, when the park shuts a lot earlier at 7, because you'd be going back for tea time treats at 4, maybe taking an hour there. I'm not quite sure whether it'd be worth it then. I'm not quite sure if it'd be worth it on a shorter trip, but certainly on our 4-night, 5-day trip, we thought it was totally worth it. Also, there were some little perks in the room. Each day they came in and they tidied our room, did a bit of a clean round. They turned our beds down, and we had little chocolate coins on our bed every single night. Every single night they bought like a little story card with all like the Bambi characters on, which was really nice to collect. I was going to show you, but I can't for the life of me find them. But yeah, they were really nice to collect. They gave us a different one each night. It was just really, really lovely. When we checked in, we'd told the lady at check-in that it was Hayden's birthday that day. When we got up to our room, they'd left him a big bag of chocolate Mickey coins and a birthday card. I had emailed when I told you in our announcement video and said that it was Hayden's birthday. So there was that little treat. Yeah, it was just really, really lovely. I know a lot of people don't particularly like the Sequoia Lodge rooms. I think they are due for a refurb. They are, I don't want to say tatty, they're not tatty. Disney rooms aren't tatty. You can tell it's just due for an upgrade. But we really, really love the hotel. It's really cosy and homely and friendly. And we actually do really, really like the rooms as well. They are a bit dated. But I have heard a room on the grapevine that there's a refurb coming for Sequoia Lodge. So yeah, as a whole, we thought for what we paid for our trip, Golden Forest certainly was worth it. So I would recommend, have a look at what you want from your trip. Have a look at whether you want to add on breakfast, half board, things like that, how you want to plan out your days. And do think about it, do have a look at it. I know Newport Bay do a compass club as well, so if you're stopping at Newport Bay, I know Marvel Hotel has a similar thing, and Disneyland Hotel will do when it reopens. So do have a look at it. It was definitely worth it because we booked it as a package as well, so you never actually pay full price for your kind of hotel and tickets. It's bundled into an offer. So yeah, it worked out really, really well for us, and we would definitely do it again. So now I've spoken about our last day, I've spoken about our thoughts on Golden Forest. Let's move on to the exciting thing, the haul. So I'm not going to show you everything we bought from this trip. We drove on this trip, so we had extra space. Did we drive on this trip? Well, we got the Eurostar, so we drove to London. We had the Eurostar, which means we had no restrictions on our luggage. So we could basically buy all the things that we wanted to buy on our previous trips. So yeah. So first of all, I got these classic mini ears. I can't believe in all the years I've been going to Disney, I haven't bought a pair of classic mini ears. But I did a mini bound while I was there, and I knew I wanted them. I regretted not getting them in our February trip. So yeah. But yeah, can you hear Estella singing to you? So yeah, I got these. They're really, really comfy, and I'm so glad I have finally got this classic pair of mini ears. You gonna say hello? Hello. And the next thing that I bought was, actually, is the 30th anniversary Spirit jersey. And again, I wanted this in February, and I ummed and ahed over it. We had a really tight budget for our February trip, and I didn't get it, and I really, really regretted it. So I was like, I have to have it on this trip. So I'll just show you. It's got the 30th emblem there. It's really nice. Just move out of the way, pop it. And then it has this detailing down the sleeves. I love the colours of this Spirit jersey. And then I'm going to try and show you the back. But yeah, and it's got the castle. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's so lovely. So I'm really, really happy I ended up with this Spirit jersey, and had it in my size as well. So another thing that I bought that I saw that I absolutely loved, and I was like, I have to have this, is this blanket. It is so lovely. And again, love the colours. If you can see, it's got Minnie and Mickey. And then over here, there is Donald and Goofy and Chip and Dale. But it is so soft. It's just plain white on the back. It's so soft. And it was actually really, really handy because we didn't have a blanket. Well, we had a small blanket with us, one Estella's fold-up blanket. But we used it. We all snuggled under it. Me and Estella snuggled under it watching the fireworks, didn't we? Yeah? Me and Boo snuggled under it, under the fireworks. And it was really handy at nights because she was like going to sleep, so we tucked her in. But yeah, it's such a nice blanket. You really like it, don't you? Yeah. So the next things that we got, again, we couldn't get them on our February trip, was 30th anniversary. Mickey, he is just so cute. Look at his little jacket, his little shoes. He's got 30 on his foot. Yeah, and of course we couldn't get Mickey without Minnie. She's so pretty. Her bow is so shiny. Her little dress. Minnie also has a 30 on her foot. But yeah, so we got Mickey and Minnie. Prices of things. I think these ears were €29 or something like that. And the Spirit jersey was about €70, and these were about €30 each as well, if I can remember rightly. The plushies about this size are about €30, but yeah, Mickey and Minnie. And what else did we get? Yeah, so from the Lego store, I'd been wanting this for a while, and again, because we had the space, the Haunted Mansion Lego. So I've been dying to make this up. So I might do a bit of a time lapse in making this up. But yeah, treated myself to the Haunted Mansion Lego. And then there was one other thing, big purchase that we got, and you might see him just sat behind me. This is the Mary Poppins carousel horse with Mickey sat on top, and it is the most adorable figurine. We have seen him since our first ever trip. It's a big purchase, it's an expensive purchase, and then subsequent trips we either it hasn't been in the budget, or we haven't been able to get it back because it comes in a huge box. But he was still there in February, but there was no way because we had to change our plans and fly, there was no way that we were able to get him on the plane. So I was like, if he is there this trip, he is coming home with us, and he came home with us. I'm so happy, absolutely love him. Do make sure, they tend to like get them out of the box and let you check. Do make sure you thoroughly check them. The first one that the cast member brought out, I'm very attention to detail, and they are hand painted. There was just a slight paint mark on one of the white bits of the horse, and as soon as I saw it, I couldn't stop seeing it. And the cast member was so lovely, and he went and got us another one, and this one is just perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take you off the stand and spin you around and give you a proper look at him, because I think he deserves some full screen time. So this is Mickey. He is just so adorable. The attention to detail on his hat and his little face and his jacket, and the detail. These are all hand painted. It's absolutely beautiful. It's quite heavy, so I'm not going to spin him around, but yeah, how adorable is he? So I think the camera's in a bit of a different position now, but yeah, so we got Mickey. And then another thing I got was the Cinderella popcorn bucket. I have actually put the lights in there. I've done a little, I think, post on Instagram with a Cinderella popcorn bucket. It does come with the strap. Now the last Cinderella popcorn bucket I saw in Park was like a bluey colour. Just turn the lights off and then you can see what. But this one is slightly different. This is, I don't know if you can see, it's like an iridescent colour, and I actually prefer this. And again, this was one of those purchases I was like, really regretted it. I've seen it for years and I was like, I really, really, really want it. Oh, here's the strap. So it just says Cinderella on it. It's really pretty, and I'm actually really, really glad that this was the one that they had and not the blue one, because I actually prefer this one. And it looks really nice with the multicoloured lights in it, all lit up. So yeah, again, because we were going on the Eurostar and driving, I knew I could get it home. So very, very pleased with that. So the next little things I want to show you are in here. And a little fact about, we love to collect things. So I collect loungeflies and ears. I've started quite a Spirit jersey collection as well. And pins. It's an addiction. We can't help it. In February, merch wise and pin wise, we didn't feel like that there was actually that much. Sorry, I'm just gonna move the camera up a bit. We didn't actually feel like there was that much, and I think it's because it was February. You kind of going between Christmas and the new season. But this time, oh, do we have a pin home? So I'm going to get them out. So some of these are mine, some are John's, and some are the kids. So I will try and tell you who's whose. But we'll start off with this one. So this one is Estella's pin. She picked this. And this is Estella's Little Mermaid pin. They're all different prices. On the back, they have colours, and they have, so that one was an orange one. So yeah, that was Estella's Little Mermaid pin. This is one of Hayden's, can you guess, Stitch. So this is so cute. This is a Stitch pin. Little sword in the stone Stitch pin, so cute. Oh, another Stitch pin. Now this one's kind of me and Hayden are sharing it, so don't let me focus. So this is the Queen of Hearts Stitch. It's so funny. That one's an orange one. This one, I've already shown you that one. And then we are huge fans of Tower of Terror. So, Minnie Mouse. And what I absolutely love about this is it matches the design on my Tower of Terror Loungefly bag. So, she's really cute. And she was a yellow. Now this one, we didn't vlog our February trip, but February trip was the first time we ever went on Peter Pan's flight. It's been one of those rides that it's always got a really long queue, and then me and John nearly did it on his 40th trip, but it broke down, and we absolutely love it. It's such a cute little ride. I wouldn't wait a long time for it. I don't think it's worth it. It is quite overrated in the sense that people will wait ages for it, but we absolutely love it. But I couldn't find a Peter Pan pin in February, but I found one this trip. And I absolutely love it. I think it is so lovely. So it's Peter Pan on the clock face, and that one was a yellow. Another Tower of Terror pin.
I can't say.
Yeah, Daisy.
No.
So this is Tower of Terror Daisy pin. Again, same design as what's on the Loungefly bag. And that one was an orange. And, oh, this is Estella's again. So this is Esther's Ariel pin. If you listen from the vlogs, there was a lot, you know, the first show of the live action Ariel in studios. I've done a vlog just of that. But yeah, so Ariel. You got to meet live action Ariel, didn't you? You got to see her. So another Ariel pin. Ariel was Estella's vibe on this trip. She ended up with an Ariel bubble wand. You'll see it in the vlogs. And I can't believe we've never got one of these pins. As you know, we are It's a North World. Our first ever Disney ride was It's a Small World. Our tradition, if we can, is our first ever ride in park is It's a Small World. It was my mum's favourite ride. She absolutely loved It's a Small World. Hayden actually made me film a full POV of It's a Small World. I actually ended up doing it twice, so I'm going to actually put that up on the thing. He wanted to do it in memory of his grandma, which I thought was really sweet. So yeah, so we finally have in our collection an It's a Small World pin. And it's reopened after refurbishment, and it's absolutely stunning. The colours are so vibrant. So yeah, I really like that design of pin. So we have our It's a Small World pin. And then our final two pins are Phantom Manor themed. So we have this one. So this is the Gravedigger pin. That one was a yellow. And we have Daisy as the bride pin, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's all I've got to show you. We did get some other bits and pieces. The kids had spending money. Estella bought quite a few plushies. That's her thing. Hayden bought himself some pins. Hayden bought himself some new lanyards and card holders to put his priority pass in. He bought, I think he got like a hoodie or something. So yeah, there's some other bits, but I didn't want to show you everything because we'll be sat here all day. Like I said, it was a trip where we had budgeted for doing a lot of merch shopping because we really think now that the Eurostar isn't doing direct trains, that from now on we will fly, and the likelihood is to keep costs down, we will end up flying with EasyJet, and we'll probably end up flying with cabin luggage. Cabin luggage only, which doesn't leave a lot of room for merch. So yeah, we got some of the biggies on this trip. So yeah, that's the haul. Really sorry, this is probably a really long video. But yeah, I wanted to speak to you about upcoming trips. Some Disney, some not. So we're approaching the summer holidays now. We like to try over the summer holidays and fit in a couple of day trips. We usually try and fit in a theme park. We usually try and fit in a zoo. Maybe kind of a beach day, but we will see what we fit in. We have no actual plans, but our big summer trip is in August, and we are driving down to Southampton for a couple of days before we board the Disney Dream. We are so excited. This trip feels like it's been booked forever for lots of different reasons. But we originally booked this trip in March of, what would it be, 2021? 2022, March 2022. We booked it, not 2020, March 2022. And we booked it as soon as the dates came out, and my mum was coming with us on the trip. Now, sadly, my mum passed away last year in May. She was going through cancer treatment when we booked the trip, and you know, we knew that there was a possibility. Just bear with me. Sorry, Stella's watching vlogs in the other room and the Little Mermaid one came on. So yeah, when we booked the trip, my mum was going through cancer treatment, and we knew that there was a possibility that she may not be here for the trip, but the whole point of booking the trip was for all of us to have something to look forward to and to aim for. And she absolutely loved the cruise on the Magic, which, you know, sadly was her last Disney trip with us. So yeah, so she's not with us, so it's a bit of a bittersweet thing, this trip. But we made the decision, rather than cancelling the booking or changing the booking, we invited John's mum to come with us and experience having a Disney trip with the kids, because it was so amazing for the kids to have my mum there on the Disney trips, and they absolutely love having their grandma there because grandma's spoiled and rotten. So yeah, so even though my mum won't be physically with us on this trip, she will be there in spirit, and there's some little nods to my mum that we're gonna have with us on this trip. I'll probably speak to you about that in another video. But yeah, John's mum is coming with us on this trip. It will be her first ever Disney trip, her first ever Disney cruise, and her first ever cruise. She's so excited. But yeah, so we have that coming up. We're having a couple of days in Southampton beforehand. Our intention was to just have a nice few chilled days, but we can't do that. So we've decided that we're probably going to go and visit Stonehenge while we're down there. It's only about an hour and a half drive away from Southampton where we're staying. And we took the opportunity, let's go and experience something that we haven't had the opportunity to do. So yeah, we have that coming up on the end of August. And then October half term, I can't believe we've never been before, and I can't believe we've never thought to go at Halloween, but we are spending 2 nights in Whitby for October half term. So we've got that coming up. There's lots of Halloweeny things on at the Abbey. We're going to follow Dracula's story while we're there. The hotel that we've booked, we didn't realise was the place where the author of Dracula wrote Dracula. We didn't realise when we booked it, so that's really exciting. So we've got that coming up. Me and John have booked a 1-night stay at Alton Towers for Scarefest. We're not taking the children. We found last time we took the children, there wasn't enough for us to do as a family. As you know, Hayden has ADHD and autism. He doesn't like doing the mazes. And we didn't feel like there was enough there for the kids. We're in a very strange time at the moment with Alton Towers. We find it really difficult to go with the children because we feel like we can't split our time equally enough and do what we want to do. So yeah, we're having an adults only trip to Alton Towers for Scarefest. We have a hotel booked and we have our park tickets. We are just waiting for them to release the maze tickets so we can book the maze tickets. So yeah, if any of you are going to Scarefest at the end of October, do let us know. We'll see if we can meet up with you there. That would be so much fun. And then we don't really have any trips as such planned. We have the odd thing, like date and event planned over Christmas and New Year, but I can't say very much because if the kids watch this, then they'll know what we're doing over Christmas and it's a surprise. And then I won't talk about it too much, but I turn 40 next year, and I have decided that I'm going to spend the whole month of March celebrating turning 40. So I have a trip planned to London on the 1st of March, so the beginning of March, with some of my friends. I'm hoping, wish list is Hard Rock Cafe. Love Hard Rock Cafe. Hard Rock Cafe for food and cocktails. Peter Pan afternoon tea at the Shard, and hopefully a show. I'm hoping for Moulin Rouge or Wizard of Oz. I'm thinking Moulin Rouge though, because I'd like to go and see the Wizard of Oz with the kids. So yeah, some shopping, some drinks, some food, and a really nice time with some of my friends. And then the big one, we're going back to Walt Disney World for my 40th. We actually go we fly out the day after Estella's 5th birthday, and my actual birthday is on our very last full day. So it'll be an amazing end to the holiday, but also very sad that it will be our last full day. But I'm trying not to focus on that. I have some things booked already for that trip. I'm not going to talk about it, but we are doing it differently to our last Walt Disney World trip. And yeah, later on in the year, me and John have finally booked download. For 20 years since the first ever download, it was the year me and John got together, and the first ever download, we have wanted to go. We've never been able to. Funds, children, all those things, and we were like, this year we are doing it. So we have booked download. We have no idea what the lineup is, but yeah, we've booked download. I don't know whether I'll be vlogging it or what, but yeah, so we've got that coming up. So, and then later on in the year, we have a Norwegian Fjords cruise booked, which we are really, really excited with. It's not with Disney. We've booked it with P&O. It's on the Iona. We have a couple of excursions already booked that we're really, really excited about, some bucket list things. So yeah, next year I turn 40. Estelle turns 5. Hayden turns 14. And yeah, it's just going to be hopefully an amazing year of doing some amazing things, ticking lots of things off our bucket list, and just trying to embrace our dream adventure travel motto. So yeah, that's kind of, hopefully we'll have some other bits and pieces in between. So yeah, we do plan really, really far in advance, just because of budgeting things out. We have no plans for 2025 as of yet, but yeah, it's really, really exciting. We've got loads of things coming up. I feel really, really fortunate that we're able to do this and do this with our children. You know, it does come with its challenges. Traveling with children and having neurodiversities throughout the family is challenging. It's really difficult. Not everything is Instagram picture perfect, and I try and, you know, be real here on my channel, over on my Instagram. I do try and keep it real, you know, and still kind of let you know you can still have these amazing adventures. You can still have all this magic. You just have to learn to do it your way. So yeah, I don't know how long this video is. I know it's a bit of a mishmash of different things. But yeah, I hope I've kind of rounded off our Disneyland Paris trip with you a little bit. Give you a little bit of information about the Golden Forest experience, showing you some of the bits we've got from Disneyland Paris. The 30th celebrations are coming to a close, which is really sad, but I feel really fortunate that we've been able to do it twice. I'm really, really hoping they keep Dreams, because we absolutely loved it. I'm really, really hoping they keep the Dream Shine Brighter Parade. Please, Disney, keep the Dream Shine Brighter Parade. I think I speak for a lot of people. That is my favourite charade. John's word, charade. It is amazing, and I hope they keep that, or they at least do something really, really similar, because it's just amazing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with it this long. Sorry there hasn't been a video for a few weeks, but yeah, I'm hopefully going to be filming a couple of Disney Cruise Line vlogs. I'm not going to do a packing video, a pack with me video this time for the Disney Cruise vlogs, because the Paris one went to pot because I packed everything and then the weather changed. So I've decided I'm not going to do a pack with me, but I'm going to do kind of like a little mini haul of stuff that we've bought before the cruise, talk about fish extenders and fish extended gifts, talk about our plans for the cruise, give you a bit more information, but they will be coming up in later videos. Do follow us on Instagram, because anything that I don't film vlog wise will be over on Instagram. Come and see what we get up to during the summer holidays. I am planning on doing a back to school haul as well. I know it's not Disney related, but I'm going to do a back to school haul and try and do it from the perspective of a parent with children with neurodiversities, and how I go about preparing for the school year. And also, it's also Estella's first she's starting school this year, so I kind of want to document the process a little bit. I didn't with Hayden, and she is our last, so I will not be doing this again. It's her last day at nursery on Friday, so yeah, she's going to school. So I'm going to do a little bit of a back to school haul and talk about how we're going to prepare for the new school year. So I hope you find that interesting. But yeah, I've rambled on for goodness knows how long. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and hit notifications so you're notified when our videos do go up. Follow us over on Instagram. Also follow us over on Threads. You will get randomness on Threads, so if you like random things, I will also be posting more of my kind of outfit ideas, general day-to-day stuff. I'm using Threads as kind of my brain dump, so all the day-to-day stuff, all my Disney bounding ideas and things like that before I put them together, will be over on there, asking you a few questions, seeing what you like. So yeah, follow me on Threads and see what's going on in here. If you don't want to see the mess, stick to Instagram. It's a little bit more organised. It's a bit more organised over on Instagram. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in our next video, and I hope you all have a magical day. Bye.